Because if you're not ready for it, it can be pretty tricky, seeing as you can only have a maximum of 5 rockets in that area. In that level, there's only a maximum of 5 rockets in that level. Uh-oh. Look out, this level introduces the biomech majors.
Are you tired? Take a nap.
It's like a million guys. A million beheaded guys spawn around here. And here they start. Oh yeah, today is the, well, it's not like a special anniversary, but today is the day the second encounter was released. Oops. I literally do not understand how anyone can think that the first encounter is better than the second encounter. Hey, I think we're finally done here. We can move on from the first area. There's just so much amateur stuff in the first encounter. That I have no idea how people can say that first encounter is better than the second encounter, let alone their favorite Serious Sam game. Yeah, but the second encounter has better gameplay. You're talking about Metropolis, sewers, Tomb of Ramses, a lot of Karnak, and telling me that that's better gameplay than literally any of the other of the second counter or Serious Sam 3? You're out of your fucking mind. People. Not you, but people in general. There's people in general that says Serious Sam 3 is the worst Serious Sam game, which is fucking moronic. Especially with the Serious Sam Fusion updates. Oh, this one actually attacked me. I never would have guessed a clear would actually try to attack me. Yeah, no, I mean, I can understand that more, so. It's just too bad that the first encounter never really got better patches in its lifespan. Like, all of the difficulty, all of the stuff, all of the tense moments that happen in the first encounter are purely because they spawn guys close to you. That's it. Serious Sam 3 and Serious Sam the second encounter have by far way more interesting, enemy encounters and just level design. That's it. When people are like, oh yeah, this part's hard in the first encounter. Why is it hard? Oh, because shit's getting spawned, like, right next to you. That's why it's difficult. And it's not to say that shit doesn't spawn next to you in the second encounter, or Serious Sam 3. The levels are just way more dynamic. They have way more to offer, and there's a lot of fights in the first encounter, especially in Metropolis, where, like, the entire, like, second half of Metropolis, where it's just one enemy, and one enemy only, that you're fighting. The end of Karnak. Well, they throw in the Biomax on like serious difficulty, so that does make it better. Oh, you ain't dead.
At this rate, I'll be able to set up my own fast food chain.
Why? The first fight in Karnak is literally just recycled from the very first fight of Metropolis. As in, it wants you to shotgun kamikazes that are appearing around the box. And then, well, there's the clear fight that Metropolis doesn't have, but then after that there's another it's just another harpy wave that spawns on the four sides of the square that you're in, which is just like the Metropolis fight. And then it has the bullfight, but thankfully the bullfight in Karnak is way more interesting than the bullfight in Metropolis. Hey, Rooker Richie. Oh, man. He curved a little bit. Oh, is that all you have to do to get classified as good design? Is you have something earlier in the game and then do the exact same thing later in the game, but just have it smaller? And you're just like, whoa, what a cool new spin on an old... on an old setup. Another one of those guys. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, okay. Well, after I've been practicing these, the, you know, serious no saves. Yeah, no way. No fucking way. Serious Sam 3, especially in its fusion state, as it is, blows the first encounter out of the water. There's so much, like, amateur shit in first encounter. Like, Crow Team didn't really know what the fuck they were doing when they made it. Which, it was their first Serious Sam game, so it's understandable, and they really ironed out the issues in the second encounter and in Serious Sam 3. Hey, we got rockets. It's been so long since we've gotten... Well, we haven't gotten rockets at all in this DLC yet. Yeah, this is pretty much the last area in Tomb of Ramses.
Bad Zuka.
Bad Zuka indeed. Why didn't that guy attack me? Why you just... You thought you could be sneaky like that? Yeah, how do you mean, Roker Richie? Was there, 19 first encounter, 13 second encounter, and 15 Serious Sam 3. I mean, if you're talking about how long these games are. Oh, whatever. Just go away. Oh, is that a big boy? Yeah, that's a big boy. Oh, yeah. See, the thing is... Serious Sam, unlike Doom, doesn't have like a billion... Whoopsie daisies, that wasn't good. good or smart. Doesn't have like a million like really high quality custom maps. So I really touch upon them slowly now, because I don't want to, you know, play them too quickly, because relatively quickly I will run out. Where in the fuck's name are you going, dude? Yeah. Yeah, if Stormcatcher's maps didn't literally break the game and also break my computer. Give me... Let me press used to it. Wow, wait. Yeah, that was Through Paradise, or Through Landscapes is what it's called. Though, I have learned since then that custom maps, this is a big no-no to do in the Serious Sam mapping communities, or, you know, for when you make a map, is don't overwrite in-game stuff with your map. So there can be issues if you, back in Serious Sam 3 Classic and Serious Sam HD Classic, not Fusion, there were a lot of map sets that would actually overwrite stuff in the core game. So if you had these map sets installed, then stuff would change in the normal game itself, instead of just being the map sets that were the only things that ever changed. So that does cause things to get extra fucky. Hey, you big son of a bitch, get over. Don't you dare try to do something like that to me. That was a fuck up. Oh. You need to die, dude. There we go, you did. Yeah, there's some content for Duke Nukem 3D I should probably check out one of these days. What is it? That
Check, please.
biomech fired twice at me, or quote unquote at me, and neither times. Video game. Police. Yeah, but we have actual standards nowadays. Which is crazy to me why people keep saying if it was released in the 90s it has a different standard than stuff to today, which is why I think people love Blood so much, because they have different standards for stuff in the 90s than they do today. Because if Blood came out today, people would just be like, dude, what the fuck, this is like broken as shit. But nah, man, it came out in the 90s, and it wasn't as talked about as, like, Duke Nukem, so it's like the fucking... the king of the build engine. In, like, the last 2 years. Oh, because Blood is now like this amazing classic that nobody played, and it's like, dude, this game was like so fucking amazing, and it's so underrated. Ow. Yeah, dude. I think that's a good way to put it. Doom 64 effect. Ah, they fucking... they parted the seas. Why? Yeah, but it's just like... Blood is such a hardcore and fucking fantastically made shooter. And it's like, then how come you can exploit the AI of like every enemy in the game, and also almost the entire enemy cast of Blood are completely harmless, other than the cultists and hellhounds, but only when the hellhounds are with like somebody else. Because if they're just like a couple of hellhounds by themselves, you can just keep jumping, and they really can't do much to you if you're jumping. Like, seriously. You can completely cheese, like, almost the entire cast of Blood by just merely crouching. Enemies that have a melee range will be completely brain dead by you just standing in their melee range. It's like every single enemy in Blood is a Revenant from Doom. Except, yeah. Again, if Blood was released today, there would be posts of people. They would post Blood with nothing more than, oh no 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 no. Probably should have grabbed that before. Nothing too much has been said since they've announced it so far, Jimmy. Also, nice to know you're still alive, Rokuruchi. Who's making that racket? Oh, some dude over there. When? What? Is... Oh, whatever. It's not okay if I say Rokuruchi. Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. But yeah, everyone... People will be talking shit about the Blood remaster, the Night Dive remaster, because it's not, well, it's not the build engine anymore, really. It's the Kex engine, or whatever that thing is that Kaiser uses. So, because of that, it's bad. It's already bad. Because new bad, you can't improve on the old. If you try to make something new, it's just bad. Yeah. K-E-X. Because God forbid you throw a piece of dynamite at a cultist and the explosion actually kills the cultist instead of being completely null and void because the sector system is so fucked in Blood. But that's just the build engine, so... What can you do? I haven't played the Resident Evil 2 remaster. It looks good, but I have not played it, so I can't really say anything on it. Oh, what the fuck? Where'd that cunt come from? I guess he just spawned way to the left. Yeah, we get it. It's kamikazes. Hey, it wouldn't be a first encounter map without an overly long, drawn-out kamikaze fight.
Ah, shut up.
No, not really. I haven't played any of the Resident Evil games. Though I plan on doing Resident Evil 4 at some point. Uh-oh. This could be bad. Let's just grab this and then head through the door. Oh, you can shoot me over there? Hey, I hit you in your butt. You should be mad at me. Hey, hey. Yeah, pay attention to me. Why does it not knock them out of their pathing if they're taking damage? Like, that should be the rule. If they take damage from the player, they should actually start going towards the player. Okay, dudes are spawning right next to me. Oh, look who decided to show up. Oh my. These fucking werewolves, man. I swear. Thank you, my boy. It's just two dudes chilling in the corner over here. I would have thought you'd move. Well, I know these levels pretty well. Rokarishi. Yeah, apparently, I am apparently in the top 1% Serious Sam players. I know, as big of a surprise that is, it's the truth. Apparently. No, there's a dude. It is only just one secret. Yep, okay. When does okay, here we go. Party time. Ow. There is a challenge, because if you fucked up, you will be punished. Like, the second encounter is, it's gonna be a lot more complicated and hard to deal with when I start playing the second encounter. Yeah. Okay. Before we fight the Ram God himself. Also, the Legend of the Beast is not really that difficult. It is not what I would call high-tier Serious Sam. Alright, we get the... but... go in really fast. And try to get out. Oh, okay. If that shuts behind you, you have to go all the way around the Grand Obelisk again. I mean, I'm doing this no save. That's the reason, Rokaruchi. This is completely 100% no save plus all the secrets. I mean, if I was doing this, but I was playing it like a normal Serious Sam playthrough, like dropping quick saves whenever I felt like and whatever, there would be 0 point. It'd be completely pointless. Now, I've been able to do this fight very easily, but now that I have a full bladder, will I be able to do this with a full bladder? It happens every single time. Like, there's still a lot of custom stuff out there that I think is, hard. Are you in? No, you're not even in there, huh? See, Serious Sam is actually telekinetic and can actually press things very far away from him. Yeah. And that's it. I can't believe I used to think this guy was difficult.
I need a vacation.
And we got kicked back to the main menu. What time is it? Yep, that's where I'm gonna call it. Like, yeah, Rokaruchi, there was a time where I was actually afraid of serious difficulty. Like, there was a time where I was a lot less good at this game. But, the second encounter has just so many things I just really... You can only prepare so much for in the second encounter. I don't know. Just practice, like, over and over and over and over and over again. Jeez. But we'll see. We'll see. When we get there, we'll see. Hopefully it goes well. Alright, thanks everyone for coming by. It's been a pleasure. See you next time. Thursday, Serious Sam resumes his regularly scheduled content, if you know what I mean.